is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Now Wilson on first down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. Well, they're certainly hoping to have Graham back for week 1, but Pete Carroll said back on Monday they're taking it one day at a time. They're not going to rush him back.
The long view is the key to success. And let's face it, they get Jimmy Graham back healthy. Even if he misses a little bit of time early, they think they'll be really ready to go with him by the playoffs because they've got to get him fully integrated into the offense. He's going to be a key cog for Russell Wilson.
Now for Rawls, he's still up in the air for the regular season opener. Pete Carroll doesn't want to rush him. I guess the good news for them is you got Christine Michael right behind him.
He has had a sensational preseason, has Michael, and is really maturing and coming into his own. This is the guy that they drafted out of Texas A&M, runs with power, speed, vision. But Thomas Rawls was sensational last year. They got him a little bit of action in the last preseason game. He should be ready to go and at least split carries.
In motion left, Curse. First down, this is Rawls. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Now Wilson on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
On third down, Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try.
Under pressure, they got him again. Julius Peppers leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, Pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
And a look at Seattle's defense.
Cam Chancellor is one of the best safeties in the game, but with his linebacker size, that allows the team to use him wherever they want to make plays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with two hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't.
That's okay. They stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
10 yards still left on second down. In the slot on the right is Graham. Second and 10. It's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Julius Peppers in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Third and long. It's Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down.
There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Paul Richardson, 76 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And there's a flag on the play. And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Muscles him off. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field. Defense showing blitz. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say to pump the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team, and that's exactly what we just saw.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
The slot man in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Time to step aside. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On second down, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. In motion is the tight end, Graham. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And quickly, they get to the line.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. This time Wilson will throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Luke Wilson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Reset. Hey, easy.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll got his man complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And there's a flag on the field. Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield.
19.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Returnable here for Davis. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They come out here in the eye. Now Rodgers will hand to Lacy. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Eddie Lacy, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play?